just we can go right into what Corey was starting to talk about already is the evolution of sports and kind of with Bryson, go ahead, Corey. I'll let you kind of take it from there.
Yeah,
No, I
who
was
is this
thinking,
guy?
and I thought about every sport is pretty much evolutionizing, right? You think about how Steph Curry changed the 3 point and the jump shooting side of it, how Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, how they're changing the quarterback position. Now, I heard today that Justin Fields may be considered a contender for the number one pick to go along with Trevor Lawrence, right? It's because you see a Sam Darnold, you see typical guys that stand in the pocket. Yes, they can be successful, but you have to build so many pieces around them in order for them to be successful, right? If the Jets, if they're going to be successful based on the team that they have now, maybe Justin Fields is the guy who's going to lead them to success because of his particular skill set, now to Trevor Lawrence. So now just revolutionizing the sport, right? So thinking about Bryson DeChambeau. So late last week, he was testing out a driver, and they showed that he carried it 400 yards, 211 miles per hour ball speed, and he's saying that this is only the beginning, right? So thinking if Bryson DeChambeau goes on a golf course and can consistent, let's say right now he's hitting 340, right? He gets to the point to where he's consistently hitting the ball 380 yards. Like, what will that actually do to the game, right?
And just hold on, pause you real quick. I want people to understand what you mean when you say carried 400. That means from the time the ball hit the club, it did not hit the ground again until 400 yards. Like
400 yards later.
That's crazy.
And to put it in perspective, so before Bryson DeChambeau started what he's doing now, the average driving distance on the PGA Tour is 297 yards, give or take, right? The long driver, which was a guy, it was Rory for a couple of years. Bubba Watson did it for a couple of years. And then this last guy, he led the tour with 313 yards. All of a sudden this year, Bryson DeChambeau led the tour with around 330 yards, right? And this is average.
Yeah.
And so now we're talking about taking that 330 yard average, maybe jumping it up to around 350. He's already to the point to where, and Steve James, you guys play golf, to what, if you have a higher lofted club, a wedge, a 9-iron, right, there's a higher chance that you're going to get closer proximity to the flag than someone who has a 6-iron or a 4-iron. So what he's doing can completely change golf. And so I just found that interesting, considering, we play golf, the game of golf today, you have this one guy, right, out of 175 tour players that's doing something completely different than every other golfer.
But is that
Hey, let's get some stats in there.
Is that sustainable for his body to endure that kind of power?
Yeah, it's not, because we look back, Tiger did the same thing when he first broke into the PGA Tour. He just hit it further than everyone else, right? He hit it into trouble, but his trouble was 40 yards in front of the last guy, so he still had an opportunity to do it. But we see 20-some years later, it's affected him now. So, yeah, Bryson can't sustain it, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does over the next 5 to 8 years or so that his body allows him to do it. Or if new golfers coming into the game, or are they looking for the 20 to 25-year careers that Mickelson and someone like Tiger had, or are they looking to make an impact like a Bryson and completely change the game, right?
Yeah.
Your boy is 6'1", 240 pounds.
Yeah, gained 40 in 1 year.
I think it's pretty badass what he's doing. I remember seeing that this weekend when I was watching SportsCenter. I'll just say this: I mean, the game is continually changing. I just question, the more that players keep evolving with the equipment, they keep changing the courses up. You know what I mean? And I feel like how many courses are going to allow him to be able to carry something 400 yards without a dog leg? You know what I mean? So in some places it's going to help him, but in other places it's probably not going to help him too much because they're going to keep playing with the courses. I feel like the future of golf is going to be all about putting at this point.